Hey guys, and welcome to Live Russian Learning Tips. I've decided to start this series because I often hear from people who learn the Russian language or any other language that they study every day, they try to surround themselves with Russian movies, with podcasts, but they study grammar, but it doesn't give any result. They feel that they are improving slowly. Yeah, they would want to improve faster. And today we will talk about active listening. I will give you some advice about your listening practice, how you could organize it so it gets effective, so you feel some improvement. Maybe you've heard about the Pareto Principle. This principle is classically that 80% of the results come from 20% of causes. It's applied in business. For example, just when 20% of your customers would bring 80% of all your revenue, of the revenue of the company. Or for example, in life, that in 80% of time you wear 20% of your clothes, from all your garderobe. This principle is applied in studying too as well, and I wanted to tell you a short story about my husband. Maybe you know, maybe you don't, that my husband is French, and it's been 7 years since we are together, and for these 7 years he was passively listening to me speaking Russian to our son. So he had this Russian surroundings, let's say, but he didn't notice any progress. But every year we go to Russia for one month, and he noticed that within this month, when he's forced to talk in Russian with my family and friends, because they don't actually speak English, he noticed that he improved a lot. Because he was engaged in active listening. He was listening actively, trying to understand what they were saying, because he needed to give a response. The same for me. When I moved to France, I didn't know anything in French, but I was engaged in active listening from the first day. Like, I needed to register my son to school, I needed to get all this information, like what we need for it, what kind of books and all. So I needed to understand what they were talking about. At this time I asked them to write everything down, so I came home and translated it, but the engagement was obvious because I needed it. So you need to learn the Russian language for your own reasons, and you could make your listening practice more efficient by following these simple steps. First, take one of slow Russian videos, for example, or your favorite podcast. You may use as slow Russian videos Real Russian Club. Actually, Daria is the pioneer. I think she started these slow Russian videos on YouTube. You may look at Fedor from Be Fluent in Russian. You may look at Russian with Max. He makes nice, entertaining, slow Russian videos as well. And I like a lot also slow Russian videos from Elena Jung, because she speaks really, really clearly. And I like this fact. Her subjects are interesting. So choose whatever you like, and do, first of all, listening without looking at subtitles or text. So you disable subtitles, you listen, and what you do, you see already you are listening actively, because your goal is to write down the words you got. So what you do, you listen and you write down like this, like didn't get it. Then let's say you got a word coffee. Then again, didn't get it. Then repeat listening and writing down as much as you like. Maybe the second time you will hear one more word Maybe the third time you will hear one more. Yeah, я люблю кофе. Maybe some words will remain for you like abracadabra. Yeah, but so go to the fourth step and activate the subtitles in Russian, or take the text for podcast, it might be PDF file, and listen while looking at the text. You then may fill the blanks of the words that were missing and translate if it's necessary. Yeah? This is active listening, but then you can do more. You put the video one more time and you repeat out loud, phrase by phrase, what was said. You may do these activities sentence by sentence by not watching the whole video, but watching one sentence, then you pause, you write down, then you continue. Yeah, you may do it like this. And in the end, repeat out loud, paying attention to the intonation, what was said in the video, because like this, your brain will starting to get used to the language, you know, to the core of language, to how we speak. And maybe you've heard that, like, the same Pareto Principle, just 20% of all the words, yeah, of all the vocabulary, we use in 80% of our conversation. That's true. But learning these words, just taking a list of them and translating them, it gives you nothing. Because, for example, I know that the word быть is really useful. But how to use it? Я, быть, or what? That's why listen to slow Russian videos where apparently these 20% of the most used words are used, because people speak in slow Russian, of course, using normal everyday vocabulary. So, like this, you will get to the most useful words, most used Russian words, and it will remain in your head instead of just watching some Russian movie with subtitles. You can, by doing these steps, you can really learn some words and phrases by spending maybe 30 minutes or less a day. I hope it was helpful, and we'll meet each other in live Russian learning tips. See you!